All right, welcome to the team call. It is April 4th, 2022. I am still not used to saying 2022. What about you guys? And so we have been talking about tool time and different tools that we have within Solle. We've gone over all kinds of different cool things. And tonight we're going to kind of take a little gander on the corporate end of tools. And we're really lucky to have the amazing Hope to join us. And I don't know about you guys, but I appreciate Hope so much for all the things that she does. She is a huge asset. And so Hope, thank you for taking time out of your day for us, and take it away.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It's always so fun to get on these calls and see faces that I don't normally get to see except via Facebook. So thank you. So when Kristen reached out to me about this, I kind of asked, okay, well, is there something specific you'd like me to talk about on corporate tools since we have a lot, or would you like me to just kind of go through an overview? And what she said was, let's just go over an overview and see a little bit of all of them to make sure everyone's aware of all the options that are out there. So if you at any point are like, oh, tell me more about this, or I have a very specific question about this, please stop me and ask, because that's what I'm looking for, is to hopefully help you be able to understand how these tools apply to you. So to start out, I wanted to chat about Share the Wealth. So before I talk about it from our end, has anyone been able to use Share the Wealth? It's our referral program. Okay, raise your hand if you used a code. I see a lot of shaking heads. Yes. Was it an easy process? Did you like it? How'd it go? Yes. Okay, anything surprising or like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that, or this went really well? Has anyone found a really great way to use it that they love? Kind of sounds like very average experiences, right?
What I think one thing that I really love about it is that with that combined with the shareable shopping cart, which I don't know if you'll go into that at all, it makes it so much easier to share on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I just had an instance happen last night where somebody was saying, hey, I'm looking for a new protein shake. It has to be dairy-free, gluten-free, blah, 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 blah. And they listed all this stuff. So it was an easy opportunity to be like, hey, here's the shareable shopping cart. And if you use this code, and so it makes the e-commerce end of it a lot easier. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, like, the fact that the $10 in rewards is instant is super cool too.
Yeah, we love that, because then it's dual, right? So it's like saving your members money, or anyone that signs up for it with it, specialists too. But it's also encouraging repeat purchases for those who share and making it easier for them to purchase again. And then I don't know about you all, but for me, I'm like, oh, if I have rewards money, like I'm going to go buy something, right? And maybe I'll try something new that I haven't tried before. So it's a really awesome way to help new people get on the products, but then also help their people that are already on it have money towards product already and encourage them to continue purchasing. So super awesome. And a lot of times too, the other thing that's really important about this referral program, a lot of times people comment a lot on, oh, but your products are pretty expensive, right? And that's what happens when you get the highest quality within natural supplements and natural products, is that that's the price, because we don't buy anything less than that. But we try to do everything we can to help people be able to purchase it. And so I really think on auto ship, you're saving 25%, which is huge. And then if someone really is motivated, and let's say they wanted to like earn a cleanse and only pay, $50 for it, they totally could by saving up on auto ship rewards, and then also just sharing. Like they could post their own post, even if they're not a specialist, and be like, hey, I love this drink or whatever, drink it every day, use my code and get this percent or $10 off your first order. And they could totally rack up their own rewards points. So if you have members who aren't specialists and they don't want to necessarily share via social media all the time, but maybe they want to earn something, or you're saying, oh, I challenge you, if you could earn $50 on this, just have 5 people do it and give them an example of what to post. That is so easy. And all they have to do is take a picture of them drinking their Cinnamate or whatever it is, right? So I love that about that too. Are there any questions about how the referral program works? Would you like me to chat about that at all? I think most of us have it. I'm seeing head shaking. Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions or you're not sure how it works, reach out to me. I also believe we have a training video on the website under trainings for the referral program on the back office tab. And then also we have other codes as well. For those of you who are signing up specialists and maybe want to save them a little bit more, we have the Save 25 code. And then also if you have members that are signing up with a really big order, $250 or more, you can also use a code to save them 25 if you want. But we really want to encourage people to use that referral program because it not only helps you, but it teaches them how to use that and share with other people as well, right? If that's the way they signed up, then they're going to be able to understand that and share that and replicate that with so many other people. Awesome. Okay. Any other last questions or comments about Share the Wealth before I move on to the next one I want to talk about? And it, like Kristen said, it goes hand in hand with shareable carts. Oh, as I just asked for more comments, I have one more comment. Something I've seen is I love seeing you post about Solle and posting your codes, but it is important to remember, since a lot of you, your followers have purchased before, to remind people that it's first time buyers get that, the $10 off, just so that people aren't frustrated because they're like, oh, I messaged you and you said I was going to have $10 off. Anyone messages you about this thing, right? And then you're like, oh, shoot, it's actually only for first time buyers. But if that happens to you, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You can let them know, oh, this is actually for first time buyers, but actually you have the option to save $10 by sharing it with someone else, right? Everyone has a mom or a sister or someone that they talk to all the time about everything, and super easy to share. All right, the second thing I want to chat about is our Facebook corporate group called Growing Solle. And it's fairly recent. We just launched it last month, and it's to specifically help specialists grow their business via social media. And it's a pretty basic level. We've gone over very base level topics about what are buyer personas, right? How to do an Instagram story, how to do things like that. And we've gotten fairly good interaction with you so far, so it's been really fun to see your comments and questions. And I wanted to take this chance selfishly a little bit to ask you, if you're in that group, how have you liked it? Have you found it helpful? / is there anything else that you'd like to learn about in that group? I mean, I know there's a lot to cover, but specifically, are you itching and dying to learn about anything specific?
I really love the graphics that you did on the 4 drinks. That was amazing. So I really like those.
So actually, thank you for saying that, Lisa, because that brings up another topic. I'll just kind of skip forward, because something I was going to say is I created those because a woman reached out to me who her and her husband are from Brazil, and they do jiu-jitsu tournaments, super big jiu-jitsu tournaments. So she was sharing Solle at her jiu-jitsu tournament. She was like, you know what? I wish I had like a small handout to give people. Like, I'm not going to print the info sheet to give these people. But then when they ask me about what it is, it's kind of hard to like take all the time and explain it one-on-one to all these people. Like, I want to give them a flyer with the sample, because she was giving out samples. And so I was like, oh, no problem. Super easy. We can create those for you. And that's what that came from. And then I was like, oh, you know, these are actually a good idea. I'll share them with other people who want these handouts, or like very easy to understand info sheets about the drinks, right? And my point with all of that is that if there's a custom tool or something you need that you're like, oh my gosh, this would be so helpful for me, like reach out to me and let me know, because that's what I'm here for, and to help you. I would love to do that. I've worked with some of you on different projects. We've worked on holistic weight loss guides. We've worked on different graphics. We've worked on so many different things, and I love it. And that's one of my favorite parts of my job, is being able to hear your ideas and hear, what do your people need? What would be helpful to you? And how can we do that? I've even done posters for people who have gyms and they want to hang up a poster about Solle in their gym. So thank you for bringing that up, because anytime you need something specific, please feel free to reach out.
Pat?
I have one quick thought. I was just going to say, I think a lot of people do have one of their biggest objections is cost.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that I've noticed, even though like I'm the cheapest person ever, and I would never not have sold because I know the value, and I know that it's totally reasonable, but anywho, so I wonder if there could be like some graphics or something to somehow show the quality versus, like to put that into perspective, people, or into perspective for people. I don't know what that would actually look like, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking of something in my head. I know I am.
Yeah, like a post about like what top quality looks like and why that reflects in our cost. Because really what people need to understand, and I'm a cheap person too, right? Like I love bargain shopping. I don't buy anything unless it's on sale typically. But like you said, with certain things, I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy the nicest stuff because I know the quality. Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? I got lost in my own train of thought. I forget what I was saying, but essentially it would be nice to post that about like, hey, this is the quality of what goes into Soul so that you can, share that with people and be like, yeah, this is why it's more,
Yeah, I
And
saw one for Vital. It was really nice. That said, like, it was comparing Vital to energy drinks or like the cost of coffee or something. I don't know where it was from or
Yeah.
who it came from, but it was really beautiful. I've used it and I think it was good to show people.
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah. That was us. So yeah, I think that's awesome. That actually got quite a bit of traction. So thank you for pointing that out. And we want to do more stuff like that. We did a similar one with Cinemate on Instagram and it also did really well because when people think like anything with health, they're like, oh, that's so expensive. But then it's like, okay, how much do you spend on your daily Starbucks or whatever it is that you do all the time, right? And so it's really just breaking it down and saying, oh, well, this is actually the daily value. Like, is there something in your life that you could substitute for that? 100% of the time, there will be. So I love that idea. Thank you. Let's see. Someone said, will graphics be put in the back office whenever you take it off Facebook or Instagram? It's a lower quality. Yes. So if you're not just wanting to share the post, we can definitely put graphics in the back office. We have that lifestyle photos folder. And so some of them are in there. We haven't updated it for like the past 2 months. So I just talked to our graphics girl today and she will be updating that this week, hopefully, so that all our recent graphics will be in there. What I would say is that if it's something recent we posted, share it so that they can see, like just share it via social media if you're going to post it on your feed so that they can see all the comments and they can, oh, maybe I want to click on this page and it'll lead to learning more about it, right? But if it is older and you want to just grab the graphic or you want to use it somewhere else, that's where I would say grab it from the resource center. Really good question, Tiffany. Chris suggested doing the oils also for that format. We can for sure do that. I know I definitely talked to Kristen about some of the most common products that she wanted in that little tiny flyer format as well. Okay. Also, first of all, any other comments on growing Soul? Things that you'd like to see? I
had a comment. It wasn't about growing Soul, which by the way is fabulous. And I'm really loving that group. You mentioned a poster. Is there a poster we could buy for our offices or our homes?
Oh, you're all gonna die. So actually, I think Angela's smiling because maybe she's gotten it in the mail already. I'll show you. Well, no. Oh, wait. We custom we got this really neat artist in California to hand paint all of our adaptogens with their names. So they're really cute and we got it in a poster size. So she's sending us the digital files and then we will make those available to you. And you will also be able to buy them as little like 4x6 cards as well. They're really pretty. Selfishly, I was like, I want one for my office.
But is it the adaptogens or is it the products?
So it's the adaptogens, but if you're wanting something for products, we can totally do that. Like the person that reached out to me, they wanted specifically something about holistic weight loss to put in their gym. And so we made a really nice poster for them to put about that topic. So if you want something specific in poster form, just reach out to me and then we can customize it to whatever you're looking to use it for.
But I'm really excited about the adaptogens poster too.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, Hope.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Okay. I think we're good. So yeah, if you aren't in Growing Soul, just search it or have someone in here in this call that's in Growing Soul invite you. It's also a really great way to never miss out on an announcement or a sale, because we will give you a few days heads up so that you can start catering your post towards that. Of course, with that being said, we're trusting you to not just be like, hey, no one buy Soul Vital for the next 3 days because they're going to put it on sale. But we know that helps, and that way you can lead things up. And so we love to do that with you. Also, fairly soon, within the next week or two, we had posted a question saying, would anyone like to learn more about how to use Canva to create your own things? If you want to create a little cute invite for a Zoom call you're doing or something like that. And so Carly, our social media manager, she will be doing a Zoom custom for Soul, teaching how to create little things like that. And Canva's free, super easy to use. So we love it. So hopefully you'll be able to go to that soon. Okay, other thing I was going to say with corporate tools is I want to make sure that you're plugged in via our text messages and our Soul Pipe to our corporate ones, so that same thing, you never miss deals or announcements or updates, since those are two really common methods that we use to stay in touch with our specialists. So let me copy this in. Our text number, I'm going to put it in here so that if you haven't joined it, you can. You have to text the word specialist to this number, and I missed the T, so it's supposed to say text. Sorry about that. And then let me grab the one for Soul Pipe for you. So these are free to join. The second one I sent is Soul Pipe. And those are our corporate ones so that you can be added into those groups. And so write those down or jot those down if you have people that haven't joined those, especially newer specialists. Like as you onboard someone, that's something you want to stay conscious of is, hey, are you in this group? Because then it's also a really great way for us to be able to do follow-up with them as well. Like, hey, Monday morning's on, you can jump on. So obviously you're still in touch with your specialist, but it's just another voice and another support line for them, especially when they're newer. What's the text for members? You would just text Soul to that first number for members. Really great question, Kristen. And then, yeah, specialist if they're a specialist. And Soul Pipe is something I'm not going to dive super deep into. If you're plugged into our corporate text group for Soul Pipe, you know more or less a little bit what it looks like and what you can do. But I am not the professional in that. What I would say for corporate tools is that if you would like to learn more about Soul Pipe, including have like a one-on-one session where you go through and say, okay, I'm trying to upload my contacts, or this is what I'm trying to create my first VLP and I'm stuck on this, please reach out to Lon or B. Both of them are our Soul Pipe gurus, and they will do those one-on-one calls with you and walk you through it and make sure that you have all the help you need. And I will put both of their emails in this chat right now.
Hey, I got a question. Like for Pipe, I haven't gotten anything since January 24th. So I don't know if that's normal. Okay.
So Lon runs it. I think the last one he sent out, I don't remember what it was, but it's been like a month or two. He was actually, so you missed one. There was a weird thing with the last 8th promotion, February 8th. It only sent out to like half our contacts for some reason, and then he couldn't figure out how to get it to resend to the other half. So that's why you missed the other one. Awesome. Okay, those are the 2 emails you can contact if you have questions about Soul Pipe. Also on the Soul Pipe chat, like if you just on our site, click the little drop down from your icon and click Soul Pipe, they're super responsive as well. The Soul Pipe, it's ePipe is the company we use, but it's Soul Pipe for us. They're very responsive and helpful. So if you ever need help and your Lon hasn't responded and you need like an instant response, you can chat with them and they're super awesome. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about was just our website, general website resources. Obviously, we have the resource center. I know people can kind of swim in it and get lost a little bit. So let's see. Let me make sure I'm on the right tab, and then I will share my screen really briefly. Okay. Here we go. So here's our website, right? Resource Center. Mine looks a little different than yours, but not too much. It's organized by category, and we're actually continuing to reorganize it. They're going to redo it so that it's even easier, right? But a lot of things that are helpful for you will be in the comp plan. A lot of times we get questions about the comp plan. These compensation plan documents right here, we send them out to new specialists in the kit, right? This is in your success guide. But a lot of times people lose those or whatever and have questions. This is a really easy way to refer back to them and help your new specialists understand about the compensation plan and answer their own questions. And it's a really great way to teach them to be self-sufficient. And the other thing on compensation plan is that in trainings as well, if you go to this back office tab, there are a ton, you can scroll through here, of videos on how to do very specific things. So you can always share those with your specialist as well. If someone's having a problem enrolling someone, or if someone has a problem editing their SoleSafe, we do our best to keep those absolutely up to date. So those are always a resource for you as well. But if we go back to our resource center, right? Those of you that use the starter kits, here's a one pager on how to use them, right? We also have info sheets for all of our products. And then under marketing assets and documents, you'll see handouts we just did, so you can print those there. There's also your success guide. There's a lot of other things. There's handouts on, oh, here's the collagen infographic. So anything you want to grab, typically there's documents in here, but then another really helpful file that we're updating, like I said, is this marketing assets lifestyle pictures. So with that being said, let me just say really quickly, these pictures are really pretty. I would use them only for when you're like creating something about Solle that you want to invite people to, like digital invite to a Zoom call or something like that, because really what's going to be best from you, or if you're using them in a PowerPoint, is your own pictures of how you use them in your life, right? People follow you on social media because they want to see you. They want to see personalized things. And so that will do better for you than just pictures that obviously came from us. For most of the part, most part, but there are a lot of images on here to put together a really nice presentation, a PowerPoint, whatever it is you want to do. So. And like I said, we used to have these are old infographics. If you wanted to go back and grab these, totally could, because this is one where I'm like, oh yeah, that's really helpful, a natural bug repellent. So our resource center is a big help. Another asset we have on the site is the blog. We do our best to keep up to date with our blog. My Wi-Fi is slow because I'm on Zoom. But it's a really great asset for learning more about the products and the adaptogens, and specifically, like, for example, this month, we're talking about hair, skin, and nails and collagen. Like, I would read this article about diving deep into collagen from Dr. Allison. Super helpful. And then if you do click on them, right, they're also, it's loading, so I promise it doesn't look like that. They're also really easy to share, right? And there's all these references here. And you can just grab this link up here and share them. Super, super easy. So if you ever wanted to post it on social media or send it to a friend, if someone had questions about it, like, that's a great first touch. Or even if someone was talking to you about, let's say they have a lot of stress and they're interested in natural health. I'm pretty sure Miss Lovely Christovilliers wrote, yep, right here, the stress busting power of plants. So you're not even pushing the products on them. If you just sent this article to them and was like, hey, so good talking to you today, this made me think of you, and send it to them, that's such a great first touch with them to get them to see, oh, this is a really cool article. And they start learning about adaptogens, but then they're also on our site, even if they don't realize it, or even if they don't go to other pages on the site, it's a great first touch. So I would say the blog is awesome as well. And if you have other topics that you want to learn more about, like you're like, oh my gosh, tell me all about omegas, I really need help with it, let me know, and I can reach out to people and find people to create more articles for us on that topic. So that's what I would say about the blog. Awesome. Any questions with any of that? I think we're good. Also, I just want to throw in thank you for your patience with us, because I know our site is consistently changing. It's just getting better and better. In fact, we just had our senior IT manager start today officially. So we're super excited. Hopefully it'll become a speedier process and you'll all fall more and more in love with our wonderful site. Perfect. Okay, really quickly, I want to talk about live streams and podcast. Podcast is something new we added. Let's see, anyone, have you listened to it yet? Yes, I see a few. Yeah, fun. So they're all going to be different. In fact, I actually have the link. I'll put it in this chat for you right here for those of you that want it so that you can listen to it. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, and a few other things. But Lon is doing it. It's called Your Mind, or Your Body, Your Mind, Your Life. And so that's another great thing, like the blogs, to send to people for a first touch, because it's not over the top, it's not salesy, it's considerate, it's thinking about them. It's like, hey, if you have a kid that was really struggling with anxiety during the pandemic, like, hey, let me send you this podcast, and it's something that's helpful. It's a very normal conversation, and it opens up that door for you to talk with them about health. And so we want that to be a resource for you. We're going to cover all sorts of different topics. I believe this month he's going to be talking about healthy hair tips, I believe. So yeah, super exciting. And then also Inside Soul is a once a month YouTube live stream that we do. Who goes to Inside Souls fairly regularly? Okay. Again, selfishly, I want to take this time to ask you, what from Inside Soul is the most helpful to you? Or if you enjoy it, what is it that you most enjoy? And if you don't enjoy it, what would you enjoy? Don't worry, I won't judge you. I won't tell on.
Can I say the dad jokes? Well, all of it's just fun. It's fun. Just getting on there. There's always lots of information, updates. So I like going and participating in them.
Thank you, Corinne.
My favorite is hearing from the other specialists, because there's always so much to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's ever like a time when somebody can teach on something, business, that thing that they're good at, or give another perspective or an idea, I always like that a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we found that it's mostly our specialists and really, really active members that like going, and they like going to learn and to feel a part of Soul. Is that how you all use it?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like yes. Okay, awesome. Well, same thing. If you ever have suggestions of, hey, this topic would be super awesome, we're open to that as well. Usually Lon is the one that coordinates all of that, so feel free to reach out to him.
Can I quick interrupt a second? I've loved them too. Just as resources too for members, to validate when they're asking about our collagen or when they're asking about the longevity and why it's different. You guys nail it when you present that information. And I think having that validation from, and getting the ability for them to feel the faces behind the curtain kind of, and like hear where we are in our philosophy and our culture. I think that I've had so many members I share them with when they're doing some research, and they really, really love them. They're always blown away by the time you guys take with all the details. So I love that about it.
Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah, because that's another thing is, even if you're not inviting members live, right? Like we'll hope that you can use those. If, oh, you remember 2 months ago, they talked about collagen, to send to someone who has questions about that. And actually they used to, in our YouTube channel, just be titled like Inside Soul and like the date, but Lon is going back through and titling them by topic. So that'll be even easier for you to find them.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another suggestion from a specialist, which is why it's important you speak up. We love to do it, whatever helps you.
Just like Hope on his podcast. He doesn't, like the first one, he put a description, but the second one he didn't,
Mm,
and it's like those descriptions help when you're searching it to go back and find something, or the person wants to know what it's about before they're going to listen to it.
for sure. Yeah, that's good to know. I'll tell him, pass it along.
Especially with Dr. Allison. I mean, because she can talk about a lot of different topics. And when you're looking, you always see Dr. A, Dr. A, Dr. A. Anyway, so topics would be very beneficial. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
And also, I feel like, so the topic with Dr. Allison was about stress with COVID and the things that are happening with the masks and development and all of that. And I think that's something that a lot of parents are searching for right now. And so I don't know how the algorithm works in like iTunes and Spotify, but you could be a parent who's like, oh, I want to learn more about post-COVID learning delays or something like that, which is what she was talking about. So maybe that could be a searchable topic, possibly, or search by the top. Like that title might come up when somebody searches it.
Yeah, Tyler is who manages all of that, but I think I know he looks at certain things to make sure it shows up when people search certain topics, but I'll chat with him about that and make sure he's really broken it out into all the different things people could be searching for that could help them with.
Yeah, and seriously, that episode was so good, so good. So was the one about metabolism too. Both so good.
And it's very fun too, because that podcast is another way for people to receive even more validation, because they're not just hearing from us, but they're hearing from all our guest speakers, right? Different people that we're bringing on. That's the idea, is to pull in a ton of different people, all with this shared philosophy of holistic health, your mind, your body, your life, and be able to gain even a more full perspective of that. So I love that. Awesome. Well, the last thing I wanted to chat about for corporate tools is events, because events are tools, right? Especially for you as specialists with your specialists and growing your groups. We've recently made a few changes in our events, specifically with you in mind, to help you use those as tools to motivate your specialists. And we know that if people go to events, they're a lot more likely to stay active and stay committed and feel a tie, right, to Solle and into the group, and to feel motivated and to want to grow their business. And so it's a huge deal to be able to get people from your group to events, because that's such a milestone in their soul journey a lot of times. In fact, most of you that I'm looking at, if not all of you, I've seen at events, right? And you're the ones on the calls. And so it's interesting to note that. And so recent changes, we have the Red Rock Rally, which is really fun. It's not a soul to soul, but it is an incentive trip because you can fully qualify for it, and it's not determined by rank. So this is the first trip that you could have a Soul Pro 1K qualify and come to this. And that is so exciting. That's such a huge first step in their journey, being able to say, oh, this is the first trip I fully qualified for. I'm going to Bryce Canyon National Park and doing all these fun things, and I'm not paying for any of it. I earned it, right? And that's such a fun, proud moment for them, and such an important step in their development. And so I want to make sure that all of you are aware of that and showing your specialists, hey, this is what you have to do. Like, maybe let's make a specific plan for you. Let's break it down. How many people are you going to sign up this month? And let's say you need 3 people to get on the cleanse, right? Let's say you want to do a good track cleanse this month. And what happens if we put them on auto ship, and go through their specific scenarios and break it down for them so that it seems doable to them? Because a lot of times, especially if you're newer, you just hear that first chunk of, oh my gosh, 5,000 mentored volume, right? That sounds tough. But if you've seen Jordan break it down, and we have had a few others that break it down, it really is very doable. Especially when you take into consideration that Share the Wealth allows your members to enroll people and you get the mentorship. So even if part of your plan for Red Rock Rally is really helping your members use their referral codes, and maybe you're writing them little notes being like, hey, thanks so much for your purchase. Like, hope you're doing well. If here's this special code for you, and if you share it with people, they'll get $10 off their order and you'll save $10 Solle rewards, just personal touches, reaching out to them, making sure they're aware of that. That's awesome because that's helping you or that specialist gain Red Rock Rally. Have there been any questions about Red Rock or Summit? Because it's right after Summit. There's 2 separate events, but we didn't want to make you fly to Utah twice. I think it's pretty good. We have on the website at the bottom of the Red Rock Rally page all the frequently asked questions, and you can click on them to open them up and see all the answers. And so if you have a question, go there. If your question's not there, it's a pretty interesting question, and I would love to hear it and help you because we racked our brains trying to think of all the questions that you could have about this event. So it should be there. Another thing I want to talk about is Solle Ignite. For those of you that don't know, we got rid of our iPad promotion for, it used to be 5Ks that can hit 5K twice consecutively within their first 4 months, one an iPad, which is about a value for the iPad we were giving out of $350 to $400. Now they're able to win a trip and we'll give them $1,000 for that trip. And not only are they getting that money to go on a trip and they're earning something, but it's a trip where they're coming out to have specific teaching and leadership experiences for them and for their level. And so it's something that is so awesome and can be such a stepping stone in the business. And we're really excited to see how this first year goes because it's going to be an annual event, and that'll be in next May, so May of 2023. But if you could get someone, so you have plenty of time, right, to get people excited about this. And actually, if you have newer people that are coming in right now, they could qualify for Red Rock and for Solle Ignite. They could double, right? So it's like, if you're going to qualify for Red Rock, you might as well just go a little bit more and qualify for Ignite. And then you already have these 2 events locked into place where they're going to be getting teaching. They're going to be able to be with you one-on-one and see you in person and be able to create those relationships.
I have a
But yeah,
question
we're really
about, sorry. I have a
No,
question
you're good.
about Ignite. Is that going to be an annual event every May, or will there be some switching up of months a little bit?
We will switch it up months. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might not be like exactly 12 months because we'll switch it so that it hits different seasons. But that's actually a good thing because it's only giving you more time to qualify. So, but yeah, I would like to hear, has anyone chatted with a specialist that could qualify for Solle Ignite and gotten a good response or had a conversation with them? Has anyone been able to use this as a motivator yet with their people? Kristen's kind of shaking her head. Yes.
Yeah, I have a specialist who I talked to about this, and kind of her husband is in sales, so she's somewhat familiar with company incentive trips.
Mhm.
And so I shared with her a little bit about Red Rock and then explained to her how the next event happens. So I think it's a motivator.
Good.
For sure.
Yeah.
And definitely as we bring new people on even
Mhm.
more, I think that will be something that we talk about them right from the beginning.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's something we want to, we're also making updates to our specialist kit, and it's something we're going to include in there, is specific information about Solle Ignite so that people can put that as a goal from the very beginning, that they have something to work towards, they know what their first steps are, and they're able to get there and get that instruction from the very beginning. Love that. Awesome. That was about it on events that I had for you and corporate tools. The last thing I'm going to mention very briefly is that just like with events, anytime we do sales or promotions, those are some of our best tools for you as specialists. And so we have kind of changed our structure. We used to do a lot more often and frequent smaller sales. And now we're doing less frequent, but kind of more exciting, bigger sales when we do product sales. But also this year for the 10-year anniversary, we are doing every month on the 8th, which is June 8th is our 10-year anniversary, a little tiny promotion or something fun. I saw a lot of you had a good time with the car diffusers. We loved those. And I think a lot of you did too. And so anytime we do little things like that, we really do it with you in mind, because we want to give you a reason to post about Solle or talk to your members or talk to your specialists that haven't been active in a while, and really reach out to them and get them re-excited, or let them know you can do this extra thing for them. If you have someone that always orders this, let them know, so that then they get this little prize, right? And it's just, it helps boost their loyalty to you, because they feel grateful for that, right? And they have a positive customer experience. Asked, do we need to change our auto ship to the 8th? LOL. It depends on what's included in your auto ship. But yeah, super fun. But yes, unfortunately, it doesn't go until the 8th. So we have so many people that are like, oh my gosh, my auto ship went out on the 5th. And usually we'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And sometimes we'll send them a little something because we love them anyways. But yeah, sales are honestly the biggest corporate tool for you. So making sure you're plugged in with that text number, with SolePipe, with our growing Solle page, I cannot emphasize that enough. And Solle Business as well. Just being on the ball so that you don't miss those opportunities to share with people is so huge and can make such a difference for you. And really, that's about all I had to share, Kristen, unless you have any other questions for me.
I have a question.
Yes, Corinne.
Okay, so is there any chance of getting more of the adaptogen stickers? Because I got multiple of the same one, but you know me, I kind of like to have one of everyone. So is that going to be available for us to buy? Maybe?
Yes. So
Okay.
we'll do more of them, and they'll be available at the October event, the summit.
Okay. I have to wait clear till October. Okay, I'll be fine. But I'm like, oh, my daughters looked and they're like, hey, you've got more than one of those ones. I'm like, don't touch that. Just leave it there. So anyways, okay, I just thought I would check.
We have to start a trading page for our stickers, because I need the Excel one. So I mean, come on, let's do that.
Like Pokemon trading cards.
Yes,
we're gonna do our adaptogen stickers trade.
So funny story, Kim Bourne, for those of you that know her, our very first one with the journals, we had the same journal, but that said 6 different phrases on the front. She called me, bless her soul, the month after and goes, I have been trying so hard to get all 6, and I can't even tell you how many of the same journal I have. And I was like, Kim, I'm so sorry. Like, I can totally send you the ones you're missing. Let me know. She ordered 28 bottles of NeuroIM trying to get the 6 journals. 28. I was dying laughing. It made my entire day, because she was like, I was trying to follow the system and just play fair, but it never came. I'm still missing 2. And I was like, Kim, you have earned it. I will send you the 2 you are missing. So yes, she will be a part of that training group.
Well, and those car diffusers, we loved them so much. I think it was Ashley Geigel who found them on another link, and you could buy them in bulk. And so I have them all throughout my house. And my sister-in-law came over and she's like, why does your bathroom smell so good? Because I have a hanging in my kid's bathroom. So now she's done the same thing. So this is a great way to sell the essential oils.
So we also bought more of those, and we will be selling them as well. Yeah, we placed.
I was gonna, okay.
They're so popular.
It wasn't even me that found the link. It was my member that was like, I love them. Is there a way I can get more? And then she sent me the link.
That's so funny.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it with those gifts.
Thank you.
And the handwritten card, and just amazing.
Oh, it's fun.
Oh,
I'm just
Krista.
And say
Krista
every
doesn't-
month I'm so excited to just find out what, on the 7th, I'm like, okay, tomorrow Hope and Carly go live.
The last one, it was so cold. I was out there shaking. I was like, Carly, I can't hold the camera. You need to take it, because we did it outside and it was just so dang cold. So we're not doing that again. We learned our lesson. But this month it's something that people have been asking for a lot. So we're really excited about it, but we're doing it a little bit different. It will actually only be for new enrollments that enroll with a specific thing, because it is a bigger gift. So I know you'll still be able to purchase it. And we might throw in a little something for specialists too. But I think it'll be exciting anyways. We'll shake it up every month. It's a good thing. They're currently stuck in New York, but they're supposed to ship out today. They were supposed to ship out 2 weeks ago. But story of my life with COVID. So
Story of everyone's lives. Let me tell you about my garage doors. Still,
You should have
still
told me
waiting on
where they
those.
were and I would have picked them up.
honestly.
But that is cool that you're mixing it up, because it will encourage those new enrollments. And that might just be the thing that pushes some of those people who have been on the edge for a while to be like, okay,
And
if
it's
if I enroll, I get this really awesome, whatever it is.
yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? We've got her. Ask them. All right. Well, Hope, it has been an honor. And seriously, you brought that missing piece with the guys. I think they just needed a girl. I really do. I think they just needed a girl.
Everywhere needs more girls. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
But we really, we see you and we appreciate you. And yeah, and thank you so much for taking the time in your evening to be on our call. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a good rest of your night, and thanks for hopping on.
Thank you.
Bye.